So save a lot of money. That's my tip. Save a lot of money. I'm not saying that I've blown $5,000, but yeah, I wake up every morning and I literally am smiling. I'm happy. I'm grateful. And yes, I actually did get questions. Okay. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Serena Bradshaw, where I'm all about using your influence for good. If you are new to my channel, stop what you're doing right now and subscribe. All right, stop what you're doing right now and subscribe. If you're not new to my channel, thank you guys so much for watching. Today I am doing a 1 month update. It's been a month and some weeks, and I originally filmed this video before the month was up, but then I had some camera difficulties and a lot has gone on, so I'm refilming this video and I'm coming to tell you about how it has been living in the DMV, specifically Maryland. I asked on my Instagram, did you guys have any questions? And I was just gonna give updates and stuff like that on how it's been for me, how I've been socially, how I've been mentally, and all those other things. And I feel like now I'm pretty ready to talk about the update. And yes, I actually did get questions. Okay, so living in a new state, I recommend 10 out of 10. I love it. Me personally, I'm very big on up and leaving. I up and leave. I upped and I left when I was 18. I up and I left when I'm 22, and I got up out of there. I moved from Tallahassee to Maryland, Hyattsville exactly, and it was a long travel. It was a big deal, but me personally, I love the move. The 3-2, and I genuinely love it. I love my space. I live in a luxury apartment. Click the luxury apartment toward the sea. Also click right here to see the moving vlogs and stuff like that. But I genuinely love it. I feel like it was the best decision I could have done. The only thing is, it is slower than Tallahassee because I'm used to always going out, always going out, always going out, and I'm not going out currently. But that's also because of coronavirus. I say that as I'm about to go out, and tomorrow's Labor Day and I have plans. But I feel like, of course, I don't know as many people as I did in Tallahassee. But I mean, I feel like I'm still very social. I feel like here, especially moving to a new city, you really have to use your network. So you have to talk to people and you have to connect with people and you have to ask people to introduce you to people. So for me, I've been using a lot of like my FSU network. Go knows, especially Black FSU, and I've been hanging out with them and stuff like that. And then I also have my roommates, and then, you know, we're in a program, so that's a Howard network. So, you know, I've been using my school networks. Honestly, networking is key, because if it wasn't for networking, I would not have no friends or anything. So yeah, I met people off of people, of course, but like and I also met someone off of social media, and we went out and we hung out. So doing things, getting out of your comfort zone, going to happy hours, things like that. Like, you know, this is a grown people area, so, you know, I do like grown people stuff, duh. But it's really fun. I love it genuinely. And things aren't really that much expensive. Well, gas is more expensive, definitely. Gas, child, it's very, very, very expensive. It was $2 in Florida. It's like $2.30 here, which is like not that much, I guess. But listen, $2 to $2.07. No, but I found a cheap glass place around the corner, and it's $1.99, so you know that's where I get my gas, duh. And then besides that, adjusting, I feel like moving to a new place for anyone, you're gonna adjust and you're gonna feel sad. You're gonna miss your friends naturally. You're gonna miss family naturally. You're gonna feel alone. For me, I personally don't miss too many people, like to the point where like it's saddening for me, but I do feel alone because I feel like I moved 13 hours away. I moved hours away, and like it's not like I could just go down the street to my friend's house. Like, no, it's a plane ticket, it's this and it's that. But Bailey did visit me for a week, so that was good. And I feel like having friends come visit me, social media, I'm still able to talk. I'm in a group chat, I have my phone, I have Instagram, I have Twitter, I have messages, so I'm constantly talking to people. So it's like, how can I miss you like that? Those are all my updates I really can give. I feel like I'm blessed. I've always wanted to live here. I love my view. I love my apartment. I wake up every morning and I literally am smiling. I'm happy. I'm grateful. This is the first time I feel secure in an apartment. This is the first time I feel like, you know, I feel good in living in this apartment. So it's just like I really like feel home, I feel safe, I feel secure, I feel blessed, I feel amazing, and I feel like I love where I live. I would not change where I live. Only thing again is I want to make more friends. I'm always open to more people, but at the end of the day it is coronavirus and you do have to be very, very careful in terms of that. I know another question that people do ask me is how much money did I save moving here? I feel like before you do a big move, you really have to save a lot of money, especially since I am a full-time student, and for me, it's September. Financial aid still ain't dropped. FSU would never, but you know, at a HBCU, sad to say, you know, financial aid still hasn't dropped. So I've been paying my rent off of money that I've saved. I've been living off of the money that I've saved, and you know, going out off of the money that I saved. The financial aid has not dropped, and you know, work is kind of hard to find right now. So it's like I really do recommend saving more than $5,000. I know a lot of people say save $5,000, but I feel like $5,000 goes by really, really fast. And I'm not saying that I've blown $5,000, but yeah. That's all I'm gonna say. I said that I've blown a lot of money. Of course, like, you know, buying furniture. I already bought my furniture, but that was $1,000 like 2 years ago. And then just like having to split things, having to split costs, having to pay for a truck, pay for storage, pay for people to help you, stuff like that. That's money. Having to pay rent. I already paid 2 months of rent, and I haven't even gotten my financial aid. So yeah, 3 rents coming up. You know what I'm saying? So it's like money, 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 money. So have a lot of money saved, and if you don't have a lot of money saved, at least have a job secured. But if you're a student or if you're a young person like me and you're just trying to live, you know, think about where you want to move 2-3 years from now and start saving up, because I knew I wanted to move, so I had money saved up, and I saved up several times. One for study abroad, one for a car, and one for this. So this is like, you know, the last major money move I had to save up for. Besides that, I love the area again. I feel like in terms of like how do you find an apartment, I found my apartment literally online, and we applied. That's another thing, application fees. So we applied and got accepted, and I love it. But you also have to have a certain amount of money. Like you have to have 3 times the proof of, you have to have 3 times, your income has to be 3 times the rent, and you have to get approved. And we luckily didn't have to do a security deposit, but if you do have to do a security deposit, that's another $1,000. So save a lot of money. That's my tip. Save a lot of money. In terms of living with roommates, I personally live with roommates because these are the people that are in my cohort, and I thoroughly enjoy them. I love my roommates. I'm happy that I have them, and they're also a sense of like social networking and a source of community, especially through online school. So that as well. And live somewhere that's actually going to make you happy. And of course you want to have something that's in the budget, but sometimes, you know, living with roommates, I can live the life that I want to live because I wake up every day and I'm smiling and I'm happy because I love where I stay. So make sure that, because, you know, it has those hierarchy of needs, you can't do anything if you don't feel safe. You can't, you know, of course it's a blessing to, you know, have somewhere to stay, period, but you know, you want to be somewhere where you feel secure. You want to be somewhere where you feel happy. And you know, especially with it being corona, if you're gonna move to a whole new city, your place needs to be your sanctuary, and that's like the biggest update. So in terms of social life and stuff like that, I feel like you know, check out my vlogs. I'm living a pretty good life, but I do not want people to use me as an example. The only reason why is because I visited 3 times. I've tried to build a life out here before I came. I try to meet people. I'm very friendly, I'm very outgoing, and I'm just not gonna be sad in the house. I'm gonna move and I'm gonna do something, but I know not everybody has that personality, so don't compare yourself to me. And if you've moved, or if you want to move and you're afraid how you're gonna make friends, you're afraid this and that, there's other ways, but I'm not the perfect example just because like I know that I'm very social, I'm very friendly, and it looks like I jumped into my life. But you know, I pray for meaningful relationships. I pray for people that care, so that is what I hopefully attracted. How do you like living there rather than Tally? I love it. Hated Tally. It did what it did. It had its purpose, but I'm out. I'm grown now, and I feel like the DMV is where I want to be. I feel like I can see myself living in Maryland, actually, or moving to Texas. I don't know yet. I just want a lot of land for an affordable price. So how does it feel like being away from childhood friends and family? I'm so sorry, I do not care. I mean, yeah, I miss my friends and family sometime, I guess, but at the end of the day, I feel like this life is for me, and like, we're still friends, we're still family, right? So of course you miss those people, but I feel like I'm living my dreams. So it's like, you know, I miss you, I guess, but I talk to my friends and stuff. So I don't necessarily like, oh my God, like sad. And I feel like if I did feel that sad, it's nothing to take a trip, especially since I live in a big area and a lot of people want to visit here and stuff like that, like, you know. So come see me. What was the process planning for you? Well, I started planning. I knew I wanted to go to Howard since my freshman year of college. So there, basically, I did a video on how I got into Howard and how I got accepted. I'm gonna link it here. But in terms of planning, once I got accepted in April. So in May, I started trying to find roommates, and then by June, we said, okay, we want to have our apartment. We need to start applying for apartments and, you know, dealing with all that stuff. And then basically by July, we moved in. So, you know, having your money saved up, everybody has a different schedule, but for me, again, I knew that this is somewhere I wanted to go 4 years later, and I always in my head was saving up money, and then I would make a list of things I needed to do. So a month before I had to move, I was like, I need to pack, I need to do this, I need to do that, and I made it pretty easy. So make a lot of lists, do things hella in advance. I did everything like a month or two in advance, and it was a pretty stress-free move. So I would say plan like a year in advance, like years in advance, but then when it gets serious, you know, start looking for apartments 6 months, and then, you know, three to 4 months before you move, start, you know, applying to apartments, narrow it down to your top 3, your negotiables, say what you want in an apartment, say what you don't want in an apartment. So for us, our non-negotiables were we needed certain type of appliances, we needed a unit, a dryer, washer, and unit, and stuff like that. So, you know, you need to plan that out, plan your budget, talk with your roommates, find roommates, and then, you know, apply. And then after you apply, you know, start saying, okay, I need to buy furniture, this is how much I have, this is my budget. Be honest, because, you know, like, we're not rich, so be honest and give yourself proper timing. And just know that even when you move in, like, you move out, I mean, like, when you come into your apartment, like, you're still gonna need stuff, so, you know, you're still, you know, good. But after a month, you should be kind of like moved in, minus, you know, if you can't, then you can't, but most people are moved in after like a month. Moving with a car, I drove my car here. So yeah, I just drove my car. I know some people get their car hitched. I personally drove my car because I felt like it would be cheaper and I just wanted to drive. And yeah, I did. I drove by myself. How's the cabinet space? The cabinet space is amazing. Did I pack all my stuff in the truck? Yes, I did. And then I drove it there. Did I ship some or purchase stuff there? I purchased literally nothing in here. Like, I ordered things off of Amazon and stuff like that. Like, my friend brought me this rack. I ordered like a closet hanger. Like, those are things I ordered, but furniture wise, I literally had everything. I brought food up here too. I brought my rice. I brought pots, pans. I ordered nothing. Another tip, you do not have to throw everything away, and you know, you do not have to do that. Don't do that. Bring everything with you, and that saves a lot of money, because that's what I did. And you know, I had a lot more money to do other things instead of buying new utensils, new this, new that. Take all that with you, deep clean it, and you're good. Get your apartment. Was there a fee to have a co-signer? No, I did have a co-signer. I'm my own co-signer, and I had to show proof of income. So I had to show, like, you know, my bank account, basically, because I don't have a job. I mean, I did have jobs, but I don't have a current job like I did. So I had to show my savings account. I showed my savings account, and it was well over how much in rent. Are you funding it through financial aid? Did I have to pay a deposit? I did have to pay a deposit, but my apartment has something different. Am I funding it through financial aid? I mean, I have enough money saved to pay my rent for a very long time, so I guess no, but I did take out loans for financial aid because I don't want to use my savings account money, duh. So I mean, I guess, but I had money saved. How do I find about going to a church? I don't have a new church. If you have any recommendations, let me know. But I'm just watching my church from Tallahassee, New Mount Zion. I still tithe there. I still consider myself a member there. I watch every Sunday. So, you know, that church has been holding me. And I haven't found a new church because it's coronavirus. So when it's over, maybe I could find a new church. I love being here. I love the area, and I'm so thankful that I was blessed enough to be here. So again, thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Serena Bradshaw, and if you enjoyed this video and you have any other questions, comment down below. But first, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and check out my channel, because you know this is a new journey. And thank you guys so much if you got this far. Subscribe, and I'm gonna see y'all later, period. Bye.